Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Sherry and I am a full-time reseller on eBay. The name of my store is Ladyfish Loot and I occasionally sell on Facebook Marketplace Local Pickup. Today's video is going to be what I sold for the month of August. I had 12 sales, so we will be going over that shortly. But before we begin, I'd like to ask you to please hit the like and the subscribe button, as this helps me grow my channel and I would really appreciate it. Okay, let's just get started. 12 sales. We should get through this fairly quickly. I have to refer to my notes. It is after midnight that I am recording this video, so we're just going to cut right to the chase. Okay, I think you understand. Okay, first item I sold was a Voller Glacier Cyclery logo cycling jersey. Size large, full zip, Whitefish, Montana, USA. Now I am reading to you my title that I put for eBay. And any reseller knows it's usually just a montage, a mishmash of words. You're just getting as many keywords in as you can to attract the right buyer. So this is a cycling jersey, and you'll see it up here. I'm going to have a picture up here, or probably actually over here. Yeah, that probably works out better. I'm going to move over just a little bit here. Okay. Anyway, ooh, I hit my camera. Can you tell it is after midnight? My gosh, I can't seem to, I have all these swirling thoughts in my head. The primary one is go to bed, Sherry. You need to go to bed. Okay, let's get past that. I sold this jersey for $16.50. The buyer did pay shipping, and they are all in for $24.90. I paid $5.48 for the jersey at a thrift store, and I will tell you I overpaid for it. I thought I must have been thinking I was going to do better with it. I have sold many cycling jerseys in the past, and I usually sell them very quickly, and I usually sell them for around the $29 to $39 range. So, I picked this one up, $5.48. Pennies become dollars. That's my motto. I'm always happy to make a profit, large or small, right? Money is money. All right, the second item I sold is a Psycho Bunny blue heather t-shirt, size extra large. It had a camouflage logo on the front of the shirt, and it was a V-neck, and it was Pima cotton. I sold this t-shirt for $29 plus shipping. The buyer was all in for $37.73, and I paid $2.68 for this t-shirt at a thrift store. You know what? Again, most things that I sell, I get at the thrift store. I don't think I need to be redundant and say it over and over again to you. Just know that I purchase these items at a thrift store, and if it's something different, I will let you know, okay? All righty. The next item I sold was a University of Michigan Survival Flight sweatshirt, size 2XL. It was embroidered, and it was vintage. It was a really cool sweatshirt. It was the survival flight thing they have at the University of Michigan I wasn't aware of, but it has a following. So I paid, actually the buyer paid $35 plus shipping. They were all in for $47.09. I paid 99 cents for the sweatshirt. The next item I sold was another t-shirt. It was a liquid blue Grateful Dead Toronto Blue Jays t-shirt, size large, tie-dye, steal your base. The t-shirt said steal your base. I sold it for $18. So I took a best offer of $18. And with shipping, the buyer was all in for $26.30. And I paid $2.99 for the t-shirt. The next item was an Henri, Henri, Toriart Angel Cherub, cello figurine, musician, hand-painted vintage. It was a little angel. I think these are made in Italy. I don't have that in front of me, But it was a little angel playing a cello. Now, the reason I took a best offer of 15 on this, and the reason for that is it was damaged. It did not have its bow. So I sold it as is. Seller offered me 15. I was happy to take that offer. And with shipping, they were all in for $24.45. And I paid $1.82 for this adorable little angel. The next item I sold is a Pier 1 Halloween glass ornaments. It had an owl, a skull, a witch, Frankenstein, and a pumpkin. It was a set of 5 in its original box. I sold it for $21.94. Again, that was a best offer. And the buyer was all in for $33 even, which is probably why they came up with that funky number of $21.94. So they were factoring in sales tax as well as shipping. But they're all in for $33, and I paid $4. And I will tell you, I did get this item at an auction when I lived in Phoenix. So that's where this item came from. The next thing I sold, this was also in an auction box lot from Phoenix. And it was a half-polished PAUA, Paua shell, abalone, I don't know, paperweight, New Zealand mermaid decor vintage. Again, keywords, lots of keywords. It was a shell that you could use as a paperweight. Abalone, I think is how you pronounce it. I paid 36 cents for it. It was part of a box lot that I bought. So many things were in it. The buyer paid $12.50, and with shipping, they were all in for $21.24. She already left me feedback, so she was very happy with the item. It did, I will tell you, one of the reasons I did take the $12.50 on this particular item is it had a chip, and I clearly showed that in my pictures, and so I was happy when I received her feedback that she was so happy with it. Okay, the next item I sold, I got this actually at a garage sale, and I paid $5 even for it. It is a Charlotte DeVita Cat Flower Power Miniature Enamel Teacup Saucer Vintage. Teacup and saucer vintage. The buyer paid $40 for this item. They paid shipping, and they were all in for $53.09. And as I said earlier, I paid $5 for it. It came with its original box. It was in perfect condition. I doubt it was never used because it's a collectible, but I doubt it was even ever displayed because it was pristine in box. So that was a good little sale. All right, the next thing I sold was a t-shirt, and it was Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace, Ozzy. Concert t-shirt, size extra large, Retirement Sucks tour. It was from 1996, and it was single stitch. This item sold for $140 plus shipping. The buyer was all in for $156.39, and I paid $70 for this t-shirt at a flea market in Phoenix. The next item I sold was a Nike Team Detroit Tigers hoodie, sweatshirt, size XL, center swoosh, pullover, and it was heather gray. The buyer paid $28 for this item, and they also paid for shipping. They were all in for $39.67, and I paid 99 cents for it at the thrift store. Since I kind of told you about a couple of other places, I'll just come back and say this was a thrift store find. This next item was an auction in Indiana last summer when I was purchasing things before I went on my buying freeze. It was a Ertl Case IH, so International Harvester, Bumble Ball Farm Tractor Motorized Toy. It was in its original box from the 1990s, and so obviously it was vintage. The buyer paid $39.99 for it. and they also paid shipping. So they were all in for $58.76. And I paid $17.31 at an auction. Already said that. So yeah, so that's why it was a little bit higher, because you're paying buyer's premiums, etc. So, but I made a good profit on it. I was happy with that sale. And the very last item I sold, I was very happy to get rid of this item. This is back when I was selling or buying men's clothing. I don't really buy men's clothing anymore. Unless it's something special, like, I don't know. It just depends on what the item is, but this was not special, and I won't buy it again. But it was a polo Ralph Lauren golf polo shirt, size large, pink, green, blue striped short sleeve. It was just your basic run-of-the-mill, as you'll see in this picture, just your run-of-the-mill polo shirt from Ralph Lauren. Buyer paid $9.99 for it. With shipping, they were all in for $16.98, and I paid $3.99. So this was not a big money maker. I don't even have it written down what I made on it in terms of profit, but I was glad to get rid of it. I have another one just like it, only in a different color, and I'll be glad when that one's gone, because yeah, I sell men's clothing, but it just has to be something way more special than that. I guess we'll just leave it at that. So I guess I sold, to 12 items. My average sale price, the ASP on these was $42.57. So that's pretty good. I was happy with that. All my sales came to $539.60. $28.80 of that was sales tax, so eBay takes that out. And my cost of goods was $115.61. So when you take the $539.60, you minus out the sales tax, it comes down to $510.80. Cost of goods, $115.61. So total profit on this was $395.19 for the month of August. I'm noticing here I did not include, oh no, right, that included shipping, sorry, yeah. Yes, so my total profit was $395.19 for the month of August. Okay, I just want to make sure I did that correctly. This is the first time I've reported my profit, and I just want to make sure I covered all my bases on that. So anyway, that was my month of August. It is September 9th right now, and I think I've sold 6 or 7 things already this month. So I think September is going to be a better month. It was a summer slowdown. For me, it's very it's normal for me to sell something every other day. I remember, back in the day, because I've been a reseller on eBay for 16 years. I've been a reseller for 20 years, but I would wake up every morning and I would have 2, 3, 4 sales. And it's just not like that anymore. And as I've mentioned in past videos that I've made, I know that's my fault. I don't pay to promote my items. I don't list on a regular basis like I should. And I'm trying to improve on all of that. I really want to have 500 listings by the end of the year. And I believe I currently have 381. So I got a long ways to go, but I have an entire storage unit full of stuff to list that I purchased in Phoenix when we still lived in Phoenix. I have a whole series, I'm going to have a whole series of videos on that. I've made 2 so far, and it's the unboxing of the bins that I'm pulling from my storage unit, to list on eBay. So that's a whole another thing. If you're interested in watching those, that would be great too. But something I did this weekend that I'm not super proud of myself for doing, because I did put myself on a buying freeze since September 5th of last year, because I have this storage unit full of stuff that I've got to get listed. And I want to get listed because I want to know what it feels like to not have my brain clogged up with, you have all this to list, get it listed. You can't buy anything till you get it listed. And so, but this weekend, I just couldn't take it. I haven't been out thrifting for a year, almost a year, and I just had to get in the store. I had to get into a thrift store and just, I don't know, see what I could find. So I'm going to share with you the 5 things I found this weekend. All right, the first thing I found was this. Let me get my list out of what I sold for these, what I paid for these items. Okay, the first item was this Disney Descendants 2, and it is Uma from Under the Sea. Now, as you can see, she's in her box, original box. The original box does have some damage to it, but she's all, tied up in there. She's never been removed from her box. I paid a total of $9.62 for that item, and I'm going to list it for $59.99 or best offer. All of my listings have or best offer. The next item I bought was at a garage sale. I got this one at a thrift store. This I got at a garage sale, and I just thought it was cute. For all the Friends fans that are out there. It is a set. Boy, this is just a hot mess. Okay. I guess I could have had all this already taken out to show you. But you're just here to come along for the ride with me, right? Let's have some fun. Anyway, it is a really cute Friends bamboo utensil set. It has 5 different utensils in it, each with a different saying on it. You are my lobster. This one is just something with Central Perk. This is the Friends logo with the turkey. This one is Joey doesn't share food. Okay, I can relate to that because I have a certain someone in my life that doesn't like to share his food either. And I'll be there for you, the Friends theme song. So, and then it has a cute little holder that has Friends on it. So anyway, I thought this would be a really cute item to put in my store for a Christmas gift or whatever, for a collector. And it's pop culture. I like that. I like having some of that stuff in my store too. Paid $2 for it, and I'm going to ask $29.99. And it comes in its original box. So I spoke to the person who was selling it, and she said, never use it. Sat in the box the whole time. It's brand new. But I can't list it like that. I'll have to list it as a used item because it's not brand new. All right, and then I got 3 pieces of clothing. As you know, I love graphic t-shirts, and I love to sell this type of merchandise. The first one I got was a Kenny Chesney. I gotta stand up, don't I? Did this before. Kenny Chesney t-shirt with the small graphic on the front, and then the really cool graphic on the back. A little research, I found out that this is actually a crew or a staff t-shirt, and there's none currently listed. The ones that were listed have sold. So I paid $2.88 for this item, and I'm going to ask either $29.99 or $34.99 with the best offer. It is a medium, so that is the only thing I don't like about it. Well, I mean, I like everything about it. I know large, extra large sells better. This might sit a little bit because it is a medium, but it will sell. The next thing I purchase, I am a sucker for peanuts, Snoopy, etc. A nice King's Island? Yeah, King's Island. So that's what's great about this. It has many reasons to purchase, and that's what I like to do. I like to stack reasons for people to purchase my items. This could sell to someone who likes King's Island merchandise, or they could be a Peanuts fan. And it's a really good size. Here's the tag, if you can see it. So it has the Cedar Fair tag, which is you know, the newer merchandise just has the screen print, you know, information. So it does have this tag on it, and it is a 2XL. So there's 3 good reasons. Kings Island people collects things from that amusement park, or you're a Snoopy, Charlie Brown, Lucy fan, Peanuts fan, and it's a 2XL. So that's another reason I purchased it. I paid $288, and I'm going to ask $29.99. This guy, I couldn't believe, was still sitting. Somebody had taken this, looked at it, and had just left it, I guess like on a clothing stand, you know, where the thrift people, the people who work at the thrift stores have to put the merchandise back. So it's just sitting on this rack, and I couldn't believe it. It's a double-sided Tasmanian Devil single stitch t-shirt. It has the tag changes. I've sold changes before in the past. And I hope that's coming in. And it is a large. So this is a really good find. It's actually a generous large. It does have a few marks, I wouldn't even call it stains. It has like some discoloration. But this is just a really fun double-sided t-shirt. I love it. I don't know what I'm going to ask for it yet because I haven't done the research, but I know I'm going to at least start at $50 on it, if not more. And it also has this little information on the front. If it comes in or not, I don't know that it will. Probably not. But anyway, it's telling you that it's a 1993 Warner Brothers t-shirt. And the last thing I got, which, oh, I just love this. It is Freddy Krueger, A Nightmare, what does it say? A Nightmare on Elm Street. He knows when you are sleeping. So it's an ugly, what do they call them? Ugly Christmas sweater with the long sleeves. So this has multiple reasons to sell. If you're like in those ugly Christmas sweater contests, Freddy Krueger. It's double-sided. And it has this tag. This is what I was really excited about. It has the Nightmare tag. Now, I've looked on eBay, and they have people who are selling versions of this that is not this tag. It's, just some random, but somebody remaking this particular sweater. Please forgive me for being so tongue-tied. It's probably close to like 1:30 at this point, maybe even close to 2 a.m. So I'm a bit sleepy. So just please forgive me for being tongue-tied. But this was really fun to find. I love this. I paid $6.73 for it. I don't know what I'm going to list it for because I haven't been able to find anything that has that tag. The ones that are, they're just remaking them and using like a Gildan tag. I don't even know what they're using. They're asking $50, and they've sold some. So I'm thinking that might be a $79.99 sweater, ugly Christmas sweater, or more. So I just don't know what I'm going to list that one at yet. So those were the 5 items I broke down and purchased this weekend. But I think they were good purchases. I got that great Taz t-shirt. That's just a great vintage t-shirt. That Freddy sweater was really cool. Peanuts, Friends. I already forgot what the other one was. Oh, Kenny Chesney. So those are I was really happy to find them. I'm rambling. I'm excited. See how excited I get when I can thrift and find things? I feel like the last year of my life has just been like colorless. It's like there's been no color because I haven't been able to get out and find things. And that's just part of what makes this so much fun, is just the hunt. And I've mentioned that in my videos before, and any reseller can relate to that. I know you can. So anyway, that's the end of my video. I don't even know how long I've been going. Probably, 25 minutes almost. So thanks for your time. I really appreciate you staying staying up this late with me. Wow, I need a drink of water. Hold on. But really, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate spending this time with you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Whoops. Bye-bye.